Hey Mark, why don't we go get our calling? My trade this time. But Steven, we are the same person. Oh, that's right.
Hey everybody, how's everything going? Welcome to Custom Toys EC, a series of videos where I'm gonna talk about all the freaky stuff that all we freakies LOVE. So, today for this video, we're gonna take a look at Mr. Knight. I have to be honest with you all. I did the unboxing before, but I wasn't that happy with this figure, so I said I am not going to record it. Well, you want to know why? It's because this figure was irrelevant at the beginning for me. Don't get me wrong, I love the character, but when I saw it out of the box, it was just really disappointing. Let's start by saying that the arms, Jesus, are too narrow to my like. They are ridiculous. And I already did a few fixings to this figure because it was terrible. The first thing that I did was cutting with an X-Acto knife along all this line on the back of his suit. The jacket was like overfit. It looked horrible. I cut around 3mm of plastic and then I glued it back together so it looks a bit more slim. Well, I've already said it. And obviously that contrasted a lot with those thin arms. And now he looks a bit better, and I added small pieces of white plastic inside the socket of the shoulder. That made the shoulder a little bit higher because they were down and also really loose. So that helped it not only to look better but also to be stiffer. I hated this figure at the beginning. His shoes are also too big. He looks like he's wearing flip-flops or something. And I also did some mods to the feet. They were bigger than his head. They still are, yes, but at least I made them better. Comparing him to Moon Knight, I mean, this guy is supposed to be the same person, so why in hell Moon Knight is bigger than him? How do you explain that this guy is so skinny and short and even the head is smaller? That's ridiculous. And it's not an illusion of the hood. I actually took that head off and measured them, and definitely Mr. Knight's head is way too small in comparison to Moon Knight's. To sum things up, it's not a good representation of Mr. Knight. And since I did the customizing process to Moon Knight, I am also doing them for this guy as well. I would love to fix the proportions, you know, but honestly, that is going to take a lot of time and material to add epoxy putty to the arms, and I'm not eager to do that. And I can't fix the feet anymore. I already chopped a lot of plastic on the soles of the shoes because he looked like he was using platforms at some point. Now he's 25% better and he's too white and plain. There are no textures or anything, so I am painting him so he can look a lot better. And honestly, this is not going to be a really difficult custom. It's really simple. I'm only adding several types of gray to some parts of the suit, and that way we can appreciate all the sculpt and detail on this figure. I'm starting by taking his head off and applying the color around the eyes. Remember, on the series, on the show, you can always see the eyes glowing, but there is always a dark layer around the eyes, so that is what I'm trying to apply here. So let's take a look at the detail, and I'm happy it's working. Now I am also shading in between the fingers. I just don't want him to look that white like a ghost. So it's really simple, so you can all differentiate the textures. There is also something I wanted to say. That the feet, the gloves, and the head, and this piece on the torso, they all are different type of white plastic, so that gives a bit of diversity on the tones. The rest of the suit is also white, but a little yellowish white. Let's do the same thing to the feet. Then it's the same thing we did with Moon Knight, and it's drawing all the lines of detail. And I do want to maintain the brightness of this cool white. I only want the bandages to be clear. I don't want to make a very strong wash. Something I don't like about white plastics is that they all tend to get really dirty and also to get a yellowish tone with time. So if you guys have figures made of white plastics, be careful and try to store them in places where the sunlight doesn't hit them. And also there is no moisture as well. Otherwise, your white figures or toys are going to get lots of weird tones on their surface. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And again, drawing the details is always the way to go with this type of figure. I know, probably you can't see anything so good yet, but wait until the end. Now that it's almost ready, I take a wipe and start cleaning this guy really softly. And even though I am not really fond of dirty figures, I bet if you fight crime at night on the street wearing a white suit, it would probably get dirty. And the last step of the painting process is giving him a slight white dry brush so the tones of white can be unified. And also it helps protecting the plastic of the figure. Like I said before, white plastics tend to get stained with time. You know, sunlight, moisture, and even other colored plastics that you put next to them. It's crazy, so this avoids it. Now he's covered in 2 layers of white paint. That's it. I am not touching the hands. I don't think they need it. And last, the head. Just a tiny layer of white paint. Maybe you can't notice it on camera, but it's starting to look awesome. The plastic is obviously different from the paint, I mean in color tones. I am really happy with this. And that's it. Now I'm putting the silver for the buttons and this custom will be done. So tell me guys, what do you think? Did you like this video? Or did you like Moon Knight series? What about Mr. Knight? Do you like him or do you like Moon Knight more? Please tell me what you think, and especially if you enjoyed this process like I did. Thanks again if you reached this point. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment and share this content to your friends. See you in the next video. Bye bye.